Hey everyone, it's Sabrina Jean. I hope you're doing okay. Welcome to another pick a card reading. This is about your future. Not necessarily your immediate future, but your distant future. What does that future look like? What does your future self look like? So for the purpose of this pick a card reading, what does your unrealized future look like? So, as usual, there are 4 different piles that you can choose from, and you can choose according to the cover card as well, or you can choose according to the crystal or the timestamp. Pile number 1 is a green crystal. Pile number 2 is clear. Pile number 3 is blue. And pile number 4 is purple. So what does your future look like? Let's find out. Pile 1. Hello, pile 1. If you chose the green or this pink cover card with peace. So, this is your future. This is what your future looks like. Even distant future or unrealized future. This is what it looks like. Okay, I'm going to put that over there. And technically, this would be the first card. So your future looks peaceful. Maybe you are living near a bunch of trees, in nature, closer to water, but the water here is calm and smooth. Very important. It's a peaceful life. Perhaps many birds are around you, or doves. So your future seems it's going to be peaceful. I'm hoping it's peaceful now, or at least somewhat peaceful. Okay. I want to go to the astrology oracle and get some more details. Okay. Let me flip that around because North Node is where you're heading. You also have your destiny, creative leadership. Let me get that out of the way. There, that's better. I should stack these. Honestly, the path that you're on at the moment and your creativity is saying you are currently walking your walk. You're talking your talk. So whatever you're doing in your life right now, you are, in fact, creating your future life with your intentions. So I feel like you already know what you're hoping for your future. And in the least, I hope that these are confirming what your future life looks like. Taking action, Mars energy, and Jupiter. So your future life is blessed. It's expansive. It's creative. You are meant to rise to the top of the ladder of success in your chosen field or your purpose. For some of you, it's career, but for others, the 10th house can also align with your midheaven, which is the same as your destiny, where you are heading in life. I'm hoping that you can look at yourself in your life right now and realize how blessed you already are. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if you're already living a somewhat busy life. Maybe you're very creative, you enjoy a variety of things, maybe you're learning, you're growing, you're experiencing, you're traveling, doing different things, and so your future life, or maybe semi-retirement, you're probably still going to be creating some sort of peace within, but you're also meant to find fulfillment and richness and abundance through this creativity, your creative intentions. So this of course, requires your North Node challenge, which is your astrology, but also taking action and using your creativity. You're meant to become the leader of something. You're destined. I don't know if you are inventing something. I would hope that you already know what it is, right? Because usually if it's your life, your path, your purpose, your destiny, usually we already know what it is that we want to pursue. Sometimes it doesn't end up looking the way that we think that it should, but it almost always happens. So something that you're hoping for or working towards, this is a confirmation that this is in fact happening. It is part of your future. And from your choices and the actions that you're taking. Okay. Refuge. See, now you're here with more of a natural setting. For some reason, it's making me think of like a new Earth reality, or like the new 5D, new Earth, where everything is abundant, everything is green, everything is colorful, everything is peaceful, or at least this is your future, your life. But there's some sort of a sanctuary. And I don't know if you're creating a huge sanctuary to like save or protect something else, or if this is representing your home and how you feel on the inside, how you feel about yourself and your life and your work. Dragon's horde protecting the future. Interesting how dragons are. So, let me put it this way. When it comes to North Node in astrology, and of course this would depend on your birthday and timing and all of that, sometimes one's destiny or midheaven or success, reaching that top of that ladder of success, sometimes that doesn't happen until later on in life. And that's what I was picking up with this dragon's horde, because your future is already destined. It's already determined, although you might not realize it yet. But how many of you hold the belief that everything is going to be okay, and you're trusting the process, and you know that better things are coming? It's because intuitively the universe, your spirit guides, or the dragons already have your future. It's already been manifested. It's just waiting for you to reach it. So the dragons are protecting your future home, your future life, your future sanctuary, and all of the goodies that come with it. These blessings, the good fortune, the rise to the status of something that you are creating. It's also your life purpose. Or the purpose of your incarnation, at least. Okay, intentions and discovery. This is something I was already picking up on. When a little while ago I was thinking, you've been really busy, you've been trying new things, you've been adventuring, and maybe had a lot of relationships, or you've traveled and you've experienced a lot of life, and perhaps there's still a lot of life that is waiting for you to experience. Only in the end, when you decide to slow down and enjoy the fruits of all of your hard work, and relax into, well, your future self. And again, it's all coming together based on your intentions, which is why it's so important with law of attraction to be very particular about what specifically you desire to experience and how you want to live out the rest of your life or your future life. But you also have the number 8 here. So 8 might be a significant number or a missing number from your astrology or your birthday numbers or even your numerology, something that you might want to consider. What is the missing number, if you have any missing numbers in your numerology? Because that's ultimately what's meant to unfold in your future, your destiny. And in this case, it's the number 8. So this could be abundance. This could be manifestation of something. It could be your infinite connection. It could be your connection with the earth somehow. The acquisition of success, creative leadership, inventiveness. Some of you may end up being a teacher of something that you are inventing or creating. Honestly, I feel like you are intended to have a very full life. Doesn't matter how old you are. You're meant to have a very full life. So one last card. What does your future life or your future self look like? This card showed up recently in another pick a card reading. Look at this, the number 46, aka 10, which is the number of the co-creator, the manifester. I think you're intended to have a very busy and creative life. Challenging yourself, taking chances, discovering new things, even all of these cards are confirming this. And your future unrealized life, you're going to settle in and retire, but feeling blessed, abundant, successful, creative, peaceful, worthy, knowledgeable, and, well, blessed. So there you have it, pile 1. This is your future and what it looks like. And probably what it feels like too. So I hope you enjoyed this video reading. If you did, please do click the like button. You're always welcome to comment as well. If anyone is interested in a private reading about right now or your future, your destiny, or something else, feel free to reach out to me. My links are all down below the video. Meanwhile, have a fantastic day wherever you are on the planet, and I will see you all in another video. Hello, pile number 2. Okay, if you chose the clear quartz crystal, actually it's an angel aura quartz. But what does your future look like? Your unrealized future, your distant future. What does that look like? Let's find out. Okay. Obviously, you are full of enthusiasm, but it's possible your life brings you all sorts of change with all the butterflies here. But this also represents freedom. Freedom, variety, excitement, changes, blossoming, personal growth. Some of you might be artists or painters. I'm picking up on all the different colors here. You really intend to be living a very colorful life. Whatever you want, however you want to describe colorful. Okay, let's put that there. And let's see what more. Okay, Neptune, inspiration. Pluto, resurrection. Interesting. Yeah, change, but inspiration. Inspired transformation, perhaps with the butterflies. Nurturing yourself, your emotions, your feelings. Wow, and Cancer energy, your feelings. Why do I feel like you guys transform emotion? Honestly, how many of you who chose pile number 2 were born during Pluto in Scorpio generation? Because that matches your lifestyles almost perfectly. And 8th house, your personal power. Yeah. Let's look at your other cards. Group number 2, lots of change, powerful transformation, powerful emotions that you are working through or working with. But part of your life's purpose is to transform or transcend emotions. But maybe you don't yet realize the powerful effect that you have on other people. In fact, you probably have a very powerful personality too, whether you have realized that yet or not. Usually it's when you're in that middle point of your numerology cycles, meaning the second 30-year cycle, is when we start becoming more aware of ourselves and what will really fulfill us, and a deeper connection to life and fulfillment and that sort of thing. So if you haven't realized this yet, then don't worry, you probably will. Okay. Compassion. Well, I was already just talking about transforming emotions, not just your own, but planetary, nature. You guys have a very powerful effect on the planet in general, or other people. You are most likely a medium. So a medium senses energy. So whether it's people or earth or emotions or intellect or something else, a medium will absorb all of that. So you could be a physical medium or a spiritual medium or a psychic medium. But in this lifetime, you are meant to be discovering how to use the powers that be that exist within you. And so your emotions might frighten you, but you were meant to transcend those too. Wow. Okay, so what does your future look like? There's wolf spirit. Oh, notice you've got the wolf and the wolf. So wolves or dogs, or maybe even family, is important to you, but there aren't any people. There aren't any people in your cards except for this. So I'm thinking the planet is your family. You know, the earth might be your mother, the animals are your children, you know, the butterfly is your spirit. You have a very, very deep connection. Wow, okay. And then spiritual. Let's look at the other card. Okay. I was thinking, it's like, I don't really know how to wrap up your pile. What does your future look like? But check this out. So you've got the sacred contract, this covenant. Notice it's blank. You're clearing out a lot of junk, a lot of history, past, not only yours, but your transformative energy, like I was picking up on from the beginning. Pluto and Scorpio generation, which began in the 80s. I don't remember what year, but I bet you someone chose pile number 2 and you were born Scorpio in Pluto. You know what I mean? Pluto, Scorpio, and you know exactly what those years were. What's crazy is like you are here to rewrite history. Group number 2. If you feel like, let me put it this way, if you wonder what kind of contribution, it's almost as if your life feels like you are having to sacrifice your personal desires or needs for the sake of helping other people or healing the planet or absorbing or transforming or transcending the past, like clearing out karmas. I'm going to make a guess here. So let's do something fun, shall we? Shall we? Humor me. Pile number 2. I am going to guess that the day that you were born, not the month or the year, but the day that you were born was either the 20th through the 29th, or you were born on the 13th. Okay, so comment below if you were born on the 13th or the 20th through the 29th of any month, because it's being born in that third week of the month with the twos that the way that you perceive life, it's how you express yourself is through what other people mirror to you or mirror back to you. There's a really specific difference between people who were born in a 1-day energy, or like from the 1st through the 19th, and those born 20 through the 29th. It's almost as if the ones born with the 20-somethings have a lot of opposition or duality, or there are extra challenges, but it's almost because you see everything from an opposite perspective. And the people who are born on a 1 or in a 1 energy usually are clear thinking, or they think they're forward thinkers and they just have one path, right? They have a very creative, individualistic kind of mind and way of thinking or perceiving other people. But you guys, and even for the sake of this pick a card reading, part of your life's purpose is to completely release all of the timelines of the past, the present, and multiple dimensions, and to rewrite your story or rewrite history. I wouldn't be surprised if every day some of you feel like you're starting with a new blank slate. Every day, it's very possible that you have the potential to write a new story. Because if every day you are transforming or transcending yourself, or if you're healing, or if you're clearing, and please do share your comments and your thoughts below if this is resonating with you, because you may not really know who your family is. Because I don't really want to say that you travel the land like a gypsy, but maybe you don't necessarily stay in one place for very long. That's because there's so much transformative power and energy within you, inside of you, that you're constantly on the go. But your future, your unrealized future, is a destiny that hasn't yet been written, because you are still yet to write your future, to write your story. But your future life, you're going to be very connected with the earth. You are most likely to be living in solitude, but with animals or some sort of a sanctuary, definitely close to the woods or the mountains, or, the natural resources on the planet. You are going to be aligning with the cycles, like the cycles of the sun and the moon and the planetary transits. You're definitely guided by your astrology, your spiritual connection. Some of you, most of you, are probably psychic or clairvoyant as well. It almost kind of feels like every day your life might be in flux. Your emotions, your thoughts, your mind, your actions. And this is like the intensity of the energies that you are clearing out and transforming and releasing from the planet. So honestly, yeah, the earth is probably your mother. The animals, more particularly dogs, wolves. Because honestly, at the end of the day, and this is just my personal perspective, as far as pets are concerned, to me, dogs are the most loving, kind, huggable, faithful companions than any other animal, because you can almost feel their love, their devotion. And I've had a lot of pets. I've had cats, I've had birds, I've had fish, I've had, what else have I had? Sea monkeys, those aren't really pets. I've had dogs. When I was little, we had rabbits. I've lived with horses, I've lived with cows. Cows are pretty cool too, but I think cows are underrated. And now I don't know why I've like gone off on my rant here about animals, but it's like the earth loves you, and earth nurtures you, it protects you wherever you are. So gypsy spirit is what I keep picking up on, but you're definitely here for like higher purposes and reasons than, just your own personal needs. But you're going to end up living in some sort of a sanctuary. But again, it's almost kind of like with this sacred contract, it makes me think of Superman. And so my favorite Superman movies were the ones with Christopher Reeves. And remember, the crystal ice palace, the one with, I'm thinking here, I don't remember what they called it, but there's like a very off-the-grid sanctuary where you go to reclaim your power and stuff, just kind of like Superman does or did. And it's somewhere tucked away on the earth, the planet somewhere. So group 2, I'm wondering how many of you are like longing for a sanctuary or home or family or pets or something like that. But maybe all of this is something that you're going to be experiencing in your future, your unrealized future too. Maybe you're not quite there yet. But this is the best way I can interpret these, so I hope they resonate for you in the best sort of way. Remember, you are here to like rewrite your story, your life, your future. You could probably create or manifest any future reality that you prefer, if you so choose. So I hope you enjoyed this video reading, group number 2. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I had enjoyed it. If you did, please do click the like button. You're always welcome to comment as well, of course. If anyone's interested in private readings, I'm available for those. My links are down below. But in the meantime, enjoy the rest of your day or evening, wherever you are, and I will see you again in another video. Hello, pile number 3. So what does your future look like? Your unrealized future. So this could be your distant future. Do you have no idea what your future looks like? If you chose, if I can speak right, the blue. I'm going to put this over here. We want it to shine. That's probably the best way it's going to shine. Okay, pile number 3. What does your future look like? It's full of joy. There's plenty of birds around, lovely aromas. There's a bunch of trees. I can feel the breeze through the trees as well. Let me put this over here. Breakthrough energy. Pegasus keeps popping up in my pick a card readings. I'm not exactly sure why, but it's been showing up a lot recently. So your dreams, attracting good times and pleasure, Uranus, an unexpected change. So the idealization of your dreams, so your distant future, is something that you're dreaming about now. It's something that you're visualizing now, something that you're working towards now. But your dreams are going to materialize probably with a Uranus transit or an astrology transit. Okay, there will not be anxiety. Ooh. And then connecting with all of oneness. This is like bliss. We already have joy, freedom. There's something woo-woo going on here. There's something spiritual. There's philanthropy. It's almost as if your future, unrealized, you are living free, abundant, and without anxiety. There's no stress, there's no worry in your future. Your dreams are materializing. You will have absolutely everything that you need, and you are enjoying all of the finer things in life. And the people who might also be there. But so far, there aren't any people in your card, so as of the moment, it's just you. It's just you and the sky and the birds and the flowers and the horses. But you also have the 12th house, which is the house of spirit, the house of depth. That was depth with a P. Your hopes and your wishes. But falling in love with your life, falling in love with your reality. So I'm thinking we probably can't even imagine or realize what your future looks like yet. Not according to these. But it's a blessed life. It's abundant. Joy is probably one of the highest emotions that you can entertain or align with. So I feel like your life purpose in this life, group number 3, is spiritual growth, energy healing, transcendence, but also an awakening of sorts, waking up to a higher purpose. But again, the bigger picture, your future life unrealized, you're not worrying about anything. You have absolutely everything that you need, including love. And there's no fear. There's no worries. It's just complete joy. Joy, love, and freedom is in your future. Okay. Living in grace. Right. You are truly blessed. What's the number on this card? Curious. 25. You are blessed. You are abundant. You are loved. You are free. And again, it's coming back to your spiritual beliefs, your spiritual practices, being at one with Source. But also while being here on the planet. Living simply, but abundantly. Feel free to fill in the blanks here because I'm kind of speechless. Right. So your future life and your home is something that you are deserving of. And even on this card, right, you're raising your consciousness. This is your spiritual path, your spiritual work, raising your vibration, connecting with earth and the animals, loving everything unconditionally. It's a spiritual path and a spiritual purpose, and you're living blessed. A blessed and a graceful life. Enjoy. With no need to want for anything. It makes me wonder, living such a blessed life, how will you fill your time? Oh, okay. I was like, I just got total body chills. You will spend your time nurturing, gardening, tending to home, picking the flowers. Perhaps you are an herbalist. You connect with nature. You communicate with the animals. It almost kind of feels like your future is something that the earth once had, but was lost. But it's something that the earth is returning to again. And this is how you're going to live out your future life in this blessed space. Everything is aromatic. So I'm wondering if you're growing a garden, right? If you're growing flowers, if you're an herbalist, maybe you're a medicine person, right? A shaman. But it almost feels like the earth is your sanctuary. The animals are your children. The air is clean. The water is fresh. I'm wondering, sorry, that was a confirmation from Spirit. Right, Dust Devil, moving out of stagnation. What's interesting, so with this card represents change, especially for those of you who don't enjoy feeling stuck or limited or trapped. Your future life is free, but you're free from all the restrictions or limitations, and you're living a blessed life. Everything is abundant. I'm wondering, I want to say, what reality is this in? It's like, what timeline is this in? Because this is something that is in this current timeline. Or maybe some of you are picking up on a different timeline. Or is this a new Earth? Is this the 5D that they are saying we are transitioning into? What's interesting here is that the number on this joy card is 22. And breakthrough energy here with the number 9. And then living in grace, which is 25, or the number 7. And then 15, which is also a lucky number when referring to your future, or the number 6. So the number 6 resonates with the planet Venus, love, harmony, peace, joy. But it's almost as if once you break through this density of the energy, especially if you resonate with 22 or you're born on the 22nd, or the number 4, once you are able to break free from certain limitations or restrictions or something that resonates with the energy of the number 4, you are free from that. But what's crazy is as wonderful as your future is going to be, it's almost as if everything around you is still constantly changing. But you're living in bliss. You're living in bliss. It kind of feels like you're living outside of time. And there's no need or worry or concern about the changes, well, because life is constantly changing. It's constantly evolving. But you are absolutely loving your life. and have nothing to worry about and nothing to ask for, because you already have everything that you need. Wow. Pile number 3. I hope you enjoyed this video reading as much as I did. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Is this something that you're wishing for now? Maybe you know exactly what this is. It's something that you're working towards. Perhaps your intuition, is already showing you, what your future life looks like. But this is definitely protected, blessed, abundant, free, happy, healthy, lucky. So, wow is the only way I can end your video reading. Pile number 3, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please do click the like button and have an awesome day. If anyone's interested in private readings, of course I offer those as well. If you'd like one, check out my links down below. Meanwhile, enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you all again in another video. Bye for now. Hello, pile number 4. So what does your future look like? Your unrealized future. What does it look like? Let's find out. So if you're drawn to this beauty card, this image, or the purple crystal, whoop, that jumped out of my hand. Put this over here. Okay. Pile 4. What does your future look like? Does it look like this? Is this where you would love to live? Actually, I wouldn't mind myself. Amazing views. Is this your garden? What's there in the distance? Okay. Let's look at this one. What does your future look like? Growth. But there's also stability. Oh, look, you got the number 44. Protection, safe, stable. Saturn. Let's look at the astrology oracle. So there's Saturn, there's Mercury, the Sun. Demonstrate, communicate, act like a leader. Cooperation and relationships. Making decisions. Oh, and who you are, first house. So it seems like in this life you are working, or you're meant to be working more specifically on yourself. So your future life actually looks really nice. But I'm thinking here that many of you may have started out your life, going to school and getting an education and getting married and then choosing to have a family and buy a house and, living that dream. And maybe you haven't had a lot of time to actually focus on you because you've been focusing on your marriage, right? Your family, your children, and building something for your future. But it seems your future life is when you're going to have more time to work on your own personal growth. But I also kind of feel like you're a storyteller, because there's something here that you're meant to be taking responsibility for, but it's also something that you can communicate or write, which is why I'm thinking that you're a storyteller. You may have many stories to share with other people. I feel like you're a humanitarian too. Okay, let's look at your other cards first. Okay. The Cosmic Wound, Divine Feminine. Yeah, like giving birth to life, birth to new creative projects. Communication, of course, is heightened here as well. Oh, and you've got even more creative energy. A creative endeavor. What's the number on this card? Looks like a number 8. I need to... Oh my gosh, my eyeballs aren't working today. It's the number 8. And maybe you're already creative, but you don't really have time to play around with your creativity because you are busy. You're working, you're married, you have a family, you have a home, maybe you have pets, animals. It's almost like you're spending a lot of your life focusing on your family, and that's a wonderful thing. But there's something deep inside of you that is longing for some spare time or some free time to just be you. And honestly, for many of you, depending on your life story, you may have forgotten who you are because you've been sacrificing, your personal needs for the sake of your family or the people that you care about, be it building this home, this life, this career. But your future life, you're definitely going to have more time to focus more specifically on you. I feel like you're an artist. You're meant to be painting something or creating something or writing something. Again, a storyteller, but not all storytellers use words. Some are musicians. Some paint. Okay, let's look at the last card. Wow. Awakening. So this would actually make sense if your future life, you're probably likely going to be living alone. How many of you are wanting to become the hermit? I mean, even if you don't have family and children and all the other stuff now, your future life, you're probably going to be a hermit. You're going to have plenty of time to yourself to be creative. But some of you might be going through a personal awakening or a spiritual awakening, remembering who you are and what you want. So even if you spend most of your life working, a full-time job for a corporation, there's still, look at all those years and all those hours that you've sacrificed personal time, for the sake of the corporation or the job or the family or something else. But I really do see you being completely free and in bliss, but also finally being able to express yourself, but through your creativity. And also spending time on your own, becoming the hermit, maybe traveling, if that's something that you're interested in. It almost kind of feels like you're saving the best for last. That last phase of your life where your true light and your true self and your true creativity are finally going to, come into the light. And it almost feels like it's transformative, meaning when you wake up, creatively or creativity is going to change you, but you're changing from the inside out through your artistic expression in some way, shape, or form. And that's the best way that I can describe this. So again, the beginning of life, you may just have children, using your womb to make human babies, but there's something still deep within you that you resonate with that wants to be expressed through you. And so even if, like right now, if you consider yourself a starving artist or a musician or a painter or a creator, and you're trying to, make a life of that, but easier said than done. And a lot of the times people have to put that onto the side so that they can take a job somewhere in order to survive. But these cards, pile number 4, everything that you're wanting, you're hoping for, everything that you've worked for, it's not for nothing. You will still eventually start living this creative life where you are free. Well, free to just simply create. And when you have all of the time in the world to be creative, then, just imagine what living that kind of life, what it looks like, what it feels like. Okay, pile number 4. This is your future. This is what your future looks like, well, at least according to the Oracle. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know how this resonates with you, if you want, in the comment section. If you enjoyed the video, please do click the like button. I hope you have a fantastic day. If anyone's interested in private readings, I usually offer those. My links are down below the video. But in the meantime, I will see you again in another video. Bye for now.